Good evening, parents. Welcome from all of us at Marist. I hope you're enjoying meeting teachers and getting the information you need in order to know something about your children's courses and requirements. While you're here, I'll add a mention of a few things. First, I hope your children have had a good start to the year. Today was only our 8th day together, so we're still finding our way, but most things seem settled. Our Marist theme this year is discipleship, as in striving to be faithful disciples of Jesus. We sometimes call Mary the first disciple of Jesus, since she was in the home with him for 30 years and then devoted herself to him and to the church he founded. To be a disciple is related to another of our Marist themes, humility. In order to learn, we place ourselves at the disposal of teachers. As Christians, we submit to the authority of the Lord. And as students, we submit to the authority of teachers. These are not easy things in a world that values assertiveness and individuality, sometimes more than cooperation and the quiet acquisition of wisdom. We hope to be better disciples each day by learning what is necessary for us to be successful in all aspects of our development as persons. Given what has taken place in Texas and is still the case there, we may, as we've done in the past, be reaching out to students and families in order to collect funds to assist those who have been rendered homeless or otherwise affected. I thank you now for your generosity and for your encouragement of the same in your children. I've heard great reports from some of you whose children went on mission trips in the past year, or on the Bearing Witness or art or language-related trips Marist students take in October, at spring break, or during the summer. I want to thank you, all of you who shared photos or comments about these trips with me. I invite you tonight to visit tables in the arcade where representatives of our parent groups have information or sign-ups. The Marist Way table is your place to learn about the adult spiritually related activities that you might want to take part in this year. You likely know something already about the Marist Parents Club, the Marist Arts Guild, the Athletic Booster Club, and the Marist Mothers Prayer Group. They will all be represented tonight. I will add that we have Mass each morning in the chapel at 7:30. On Wednesdays that start late, it's an 8 o'clock Mass, and you can see on the school calendar whether it's a late start or not. I invite you to come to these daily Masses. It's good for us to have parents and students at these Masses, as well as faculty, alumni, Marist priests, and visitors. You're welcome to park in the flag circle if you're coming to morning Mass. It's football season, and some of you like to tailgate before games. While we make room for that at home games, I just remind you that alcoholic beverages are not allowed as part of the tailgate activity. I advise you to keep up with all of our events by reading both The Week at a Glance, that appears on our website on Fridays, and The Weekly Way, which appears on Monday afternoon. These are your best sources of information on a wide range of activities. If you want to know what's going on at Marist, read those two forums. Student directories are not back yet from the printer. We're a little earlier this year on our schedule than in the past. You'll get a copy as soon as they arrive, and additional directories can be purchased at the campus shop. The Marist Parents Club has completed its 2 pledges to the most recent capital campaign for a total gift of $750,000, a whopping contribution coming from all the Parents Club activities through the last several years. The dining area in the arcade, known popularly as the Bubble, was dedicated last week in appreciation for the significant Parents Club contribution to the campaign. In addition to that, the Parents Club also makes a contribution to financial aid in the amount of a full tuition. And they'll be purchasing a 14-passenger bus, allowing us to retire an older bus. And they've also agreed to replace the statue of the Blessed Mother that's in front of the rectory. Some of you may or may not know that there is such a thing there. It's been in place for 55 years, and it looks like something that's been in the rain and elements for 55 years. It's not stone, but it's a kind of plaster composition, so we're glad to be able to replace it. It really is falling apart. You might have noticed that we've added a large cross to both the Kirk Gym and the Young Gym in Centennial Center. These are in keeping with our practice of identifying our spaces on campus with a crucifix or a cross. On behalf of Father Harhager, I extend gratitude for your commitment to the Marist Parents Annual Fund, which makes up the difference between what is charged and what it costs for a student to go here. I thank you for remembering that parking in numbered spaces on campus is allowed only after 4:30 in the afternoon. These are spaces reserved for our faculty and staff. If you're here under 30 minutes, you can park in the circle, and there are always spaces at the front of the main lot near the Ivy Street Center. I ask you to try not to use the time tonight for a conference with teachers, but you can do that at the first Parent-Teacher-Student Conference of the year. That's on October the 4th. And I say do contact a teacher if you have a question about something in particular related to one of your child's classes. We hope too that as many mothers as possible can make it to the Mothers' Luncheons taking place from September 19th to September 26th. Look for your invitation. There's a required mandatory meeting for all 9th grade parents and parents of new students in grades 10 and 11. So that is at least one parent per household on Wednesday, September 13th from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock in Woodruff Auditorium. So I repeat, if you have a child in the 9th grade this year or a newly enrolled child in grades 10 or 11, there's a meeting that you need to attend on Tuesday, September 13th at 5 p.m. If you've never had a child in the 7th grade or 9th grade before, but do have one this year, in other words, if you're brand new as parents of a 7th or an 8th grader this year, there's a required meeting a week from tonight, Tuesday, September 5th in Woodruff Auditorium at 5:30. Again, at least one parent needs to attend. You can stay afterward and we'll provide a bite to eat, and then the meeting with your child's teachers begins at 7. You should have received invitations to both of these required parent meetings. Call the Marist office if you need to be sure that you have the right date and time for these upcoming meetings. God bless you in the coming year, and thanks for everything you do at Marist School. We know that your children appreciate all that you do at Marist that supports them and their education. So enjoy the rest of the evening.